Hey guys, welcome to Shadow Skull Studios. It's Raven Wolf. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe for more stuff in the future. And hope you enjoy this deck list that we're gonna keep up the decks on every Friday. Hopefully, I might run out of ideas in the future, but it's fine. But this one we're going Rage mode. Um, Basically, you can do the simple barbarian Rage mode D&D meme, but mostly this is just to be a mono red casual semi-tribal deck. But here we go. We have Lovisa, Cold Eyes. Each creature that's a barbarian, a warrior, or berserker gets +2/+2 and has haste. Pretty simple. Next we have Chandra, Dress to Kill. Basically you're using her as a mana dork and for card advantage if you want to. We have Akai, Lava Runner. When it deals damage to an opponent, flip it. And dang. Man, I wish you could actually flip card image. Protection from red. Red source will deal damage to an opponent. Deals that much damage +1 instead. So yep, it's going to be boosting our damage hopefully. We have Arnie Metalbrow. When your creature control attacks or a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 and 1 red. If you do, put a creature card with mana value less than that creature's mana value from your hand on the battlefield tapped and attacking. So yeah, we can hopefully dump out our entire hand. We have Balduvian Berserker Enlist, and when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Blood Mad Vampire, when it deals combat damage to a player, put 1 counter on it, so hopefully it'll keep getting bigger. Caves of Chaos Adventurer, when it enters the battlefield, we take the initiative. When it attacks, exile the top card of your library. If you complete a dungeon, you may play this card without paying its mana cost, otherwise you may play the card this turn. Combat Celebrant. If it hasn't been exerted this turn, you may exert it as it attacks. When you do, untap all the creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So, yep. Then we have Countryside Crusher. Basically, being a combat or upkeep, being your upkeep, reveal top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it into your graveyard and repeat this process. Whenever a land card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put 1 counter on Countryside Crusher. Basically, this will get rid of your lands that you hopefully don't need by the time he's out. He will get bigger, and then you will hopefully draw something. Falcon Wrath Marauders, Flying Haste, when it deals combat damage to a player, put 2 counters on it. I think she cares for warriors, yep. So yeah, and plus I like the art on these guys. Fearless Liberator, Boast, create a 2/1 Dwarf Berserker. So when he attacks, it'll hopefully let you make a wider board. Feldno of the Third Path, it's pseudo graveyard recursion, so you can get some of these creatures back that you might need. Flame Rush Rider, when it attacks, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature that's tapped and attacking. Exile it at the end of combat. Gimli, Counter of Kills. Hopefully this will stop our opponent from doing like the infinite sat creature stuff or whatnot. And if we kill their creatures, it deals extra damage to them. Goblin Chain Whirler. When there's battlefield, does 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. Goblin Raise Runners. Sacrifice a land, put 1 counter on it. Being your end step may have Raise Runners deal damage equal to the number of 1 counters on it. Target player or planeswalker. Goblin Striker is just a simple 2 mana 1/1 for strike haste. Godo is to go get equipment that we might need. Holga. This will make our things really, really big, so it'll hopefully force our opponents to block. Jessica, first strike haste, and she can do a damage pinger in the future. Karlach of Avernus for extra combats. Keldon Warlord. He's going to be super big because we're not going to be running any walls. Karn the Betrayer. Basically for card draw. Kiki Jiki. Then we have, to go with an infinite combo, we have Meraxis of Keld, because I think he's really cool. Markov Blade Master. It hopefully will get really big in the future. Marag, Fury of Akum, to get extra combats. Neheb, Dreadhorde Champion, will hopefully get us some mana. Neheb the Eternal, hopefully get us some extra mana as well. Ogre Battle Driver, to make our creatures bigger. Plundering Barbarian is for artifact destruction or ramp. Quakebringer. This is to basically burn my opponents and have a stop them from gaining life. Skyclan Berserker. Basically, this will hopefully, after it becomes renowned, stop my opponents from casting non-creature spells and burn them for it. Terror of the Peaks is to burn for every creature that I have at ETBs. Volshock Replica. Mostly I thought it looked really cool. Fire Giant Drake is just basically he's going to be a 5 mana 9/5 if our commander is out with Trample. And Zealous Conscripts to go infinite with Kiki Jiki. Going here, we have Blasphemous Act as our board wipe. Disrupt Decorum to mess with our opponent's boards, hopefully get them to kill each other, and we can go in with no blockers. Jessica's Will for ramp. Mob Rule as a win con. Red Sun Zenith for late game or for early game removal. We have Chaos Warp. Desperate Ritual for ramp. Reverberate. Seething Song and Wild Ricochet. That with Reverberate will hopefully stop our opponent's spells, stop some of the removal. We have a Chroma's Memorial. That on the board, it will save them from Blasphemous Act. Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, of course. Dragon Throne of Tarkir. That we can put on one of our creatures and we can tap it to give one of our other creatures, all other creatures will ramp up in power and toughness. Ember Cleave for a win con. Helm of the Host to go with Godo. Loxodon Warhammer to give trample and life gain. A Catcher's Monument. Mostly the white creature spells does not matter. Is when we cast a creature spell, we create a warrior. That will be a 3/3 if our commander is out. Ronus, when we cast a creature spell, we can give something trample, which is what we really want. Soul Ring and Sword of Sinew Steel for removal. For enchantments, we have Aggression. This will hopefully is something to give our creatures trample. Bestial Fury. That if our opponent blocks this creature that it chance, it will get trample and it will get bigger. Blood Moon to stop multicolored lands. Impact Tremors to burn our opponents. Mechanized Warfare to increase the damage that we do. Molten Echoes that basically depending on what's in your hand, you can make extra copies of. Outpost Siege to punish our opponents when our creatures leave the field. Street Riot to give our creatures trample. And Warstorm Surge to burn our opponents. Going to the lands, they're pretty easy. You have a Bonner's Enclave to hopefully draw a card. Castle Embrith, which we can use to pump up our dudes. Evolving Wilds, just to thin out our deck. Kerr Keep is just to make kobolds, just because I think it's funny. 24 Mountains, Myriad Landscape to ramp up. Nykthos Shrine Nyx for a good mono red ramp. Terramorphic Expanse to thin the deck, and War Room. Going into it, we'll go ahead and play test it. Playtest, and we'll restart. Going ahead, we're going to go Terraforming Expanse. Crack it. Man. Ooh, Mountain. Go to turn 2. We'll do a Mountain. Can't do anything else. Next turn. Mountain. Blood Moon. Next turn. Ooh, that's Commander. I think she says each creature. Yeah, she doesn't count herself, which is sad, but that's fine. Next turn. We can do 3 mana for Cruel Celebrant. swing at our opponents. Swing at somebody who's hopefully like doesn't have any blockers yet. Let's go ahead and restart. Oof, that one's been cutting close. Also forgot to draw last time. We're gonna do Evolving Wilds, crack it, view library, give me that mountain. Turn 2, mountain. Ooh, Goblin Striker, swinging at somebody that doesn't have blockers. Next turn, mountain. We're gonna do Chandra, and we're gonna ping our opponents for 1. Swing again. Next turn. Ooh, we did not. We'll go ahead up Chandra if she lived. And we'll do Neheb. Yep. Because he is trample. Next turn. We're going to have to up Chandra. Man, we're really missing lands here. For this one, we'll do the Battle Rager. Ogre Battle Driver. And we can go into combat. Let's go ahead and restart it. We'll do our third one. Draw for turn. We're going to do the Evolving Wilds. We're going to crack it. View library. Give me that mountain. Turn 2. We're going to do a mountain. Man, I'm not getting any of my mana rocks either. Next turn, we'll do the Enclave. And we're going to go ahead and do a Catcher's Monument. Next turn, what can we do? We have a 4th land. Cool, we have 4 lands. I want to do Jessica, which makes us a 1/1. There you go. We'll make a 1/1. Next turn. Ooh, that's not great. We will cast Ogre Battle Driver, which makes us another warrior. Next turn. Man, we are not getting it. Oh man. So I guess what we'll do is the Scab Clan, which it would get haste. Let's go ahead and restart it. Hopefully get some better. We'll do a mountain. Next turn. Mountain. Next turn. Mountain. We're going to do the barbarian. Going to make a treasure. Next turn. This is not turning out great. These are bad examples of the deck. Dang. I'm like, there we go. At least we have lands on this one. Alright, cool. We're going to go ahead and do War Room because I think it's funny. Next turn. Mountain. It's 3 mana. So yeah, actually, we're going to do Mechanized Warfare. Next turn. Cool. Now we do this. Now we cast Commander. And then we'll go ahead and swing with a 5/3. Next one. Yeah, we could do Holga. Swing. Next turn, we'll do this. We'll do that with 3 of the mana. We're going to hold 4 mana for Wild Ricochet. We can go ahead and up it, even though we don't need it. We could swing. Swing. Next turn, Mountain. We'll go ahead and we'll cast Mob Rule. And that's a better game right there. Alright, let's go ahead and draw. Do a mountain. Next turn, a mountain. Jeez. That's what we need. Chandra. Add a loyalty. We don't need it. Next turn, a mountain. Add a loyalty. Cast Commander. Next turn, we'll add a loyalty. Cast Neheb. Neheb will come in. He will get haste. We'll go ahead and we'll swing at somebody, hopefully with the lowest amount of creatures, and hopefully get mana. Cool. On this turn, what I really want to do, add loyalty with 2 mana. We'll do Blood Moon. Swing with Neheb. Hopefully get mana, and then I want to do Felden. Cool. Arcane Signet. And then we could do take the initiative, which will get us a mountain. Yep, and yeah, so this deck's pretty simple. It's a pretty casual deck, though mono red, pretty aggro. But yeah, guys, tell me what you think. The deck is pretty just self-explanatory. It's like kind of tribal, non-tribal. And the deck's pretty cheap at $300, which I think that going in is pretty okay with it. Yeah, that hand would be also bad. Dang. Yeah, these are bad hands. Jeez. But yeah, you can also go in, change up the land base if you wanted to add more lands. But yeah, guys, I'll see y'all again next time. Please like and subscribe for more stuff. Bye bye.